Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am here live with my regular Wednesday morning card video. Every month it's kind of something, or every week it's kind of something different. This is usually my card class to go video, but this week, just with work, getting ready for student leads and stuff, and also with the launch of a new catalog, we're not going to do a card class to go today. I just wanted to share with you a really amazing suite. It's actually a suite that I'm offering, co-hosting a stamp camp with another group of Canadian demonstrators. This camp is actually open to anyone. Within Canada, you can register and get like your home make and take kit and everything. And outside of Canada, you can still join us for the videos and the fun, and you'll get the PDF for the 10 cards, but you'll need to have your own supplies and put together your own kit. So no matter where you are in the world, you're welcome to join us. There is a link to it in the video description. And today I just wanted to show you the whole suite and have some fun making a little card with it. Oh, hi, Rita from Wisconsin. Awesome. Yes, this suite is fantastic. So I'm going to switch over to just my desktop and get started showing you the suite, and then we're going to make a quick card together. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is the stamp set and dies that come in the suite. So it's called the Cheers and Sips stamps and dies. And so the stamps allow you to create all sorts of fancy drinks. No matter where in the world you are, what you drink, I'm pretty sure you can figure out how to put it together in one of these glasses. Whether it's a refreshing glass of lemonade or a Caesar, a mojito, you name it. You ordered it and it should be coming soon. Oh, so good, Rita. So Rita, if you're looking for inspiration, we actually have a way for Americans to join our Canadian video and stamp camp. You'll get the PDF and access to all the videos and so much inspiration. It's 10 cards that we're going to be creating in June, as well as a 5-card PDF bonus PDF. So it's such a fun one. All right, so these cards, or these stamps, have some nice sentiments as well. Lots of cheers, lots of ways to celebrate. And then the dies I love because they cut out all the little images that we can stamp. But we've got this fun one here that just allows you to add some texture to, well, I've used it for texturing backgrounds, but you can also use it to add texture to your glass to make your glass look like those awesome, I don't know, I just think of my grandma's house, those awesome, like cut crystal glasses that, just scream fancy. So just a great way to step it up a little bit. All right, so this is a really awesome part of the suite, but it's actually not my favorite part of the suite. We will be using these, but I wanted to show you the embellishments that come with the suite. So we have the holographic resin dots. They're just gorgeous. They have a kind of a greenish hue to them, but a little bit of pink in the background. And then our ribbon, here we go. Our ribbon is, let's see if I can get that up there for you. It's kind of like iridescent-y. What do they actually call it? They call it mesh ribbon, gold striped mesh ribbon. And it's just got like, I don't know, a really nice soft touch to it. So those are the embellishments that come in our suite. Just realized I forgot to grab the embossing folder, so I'll have to show you those in a second. And then there's the DSP, and to me, this is the showstopper. This DSP is unreal. One side of each of the papers are these gorgeous watercolors with like drinks and stuff on them. And then the other sides are all patterned. Okay, so this one's gorgeous blackberry bliss and berry burst flowers. I have this one out because it's my favorite, but there's some other really fantastic ones in here. So we'll just pull these out and show you. So then we have one with smaller drink patterns and some strawberry slush dots on the backside. Who can't resist polka dots, and especially in strawberry slush. We have these cool watercolor blotches that are great for making drinks out of and using the dies on it. And then a nice cut glass pattern on the back. Some fun little embellishments for your drinks. all those little fancy garnishes. And then this is really hard to see, but it's Secret C, and it's these crazy, like different sized dots, like almost like a batik look. It's so cool. The gorgeous flowers, the green on the back, the old olive. I mean, that's such a beautiful combo right there. And then we've got the florals with the orange stripes. And then I think we're back into repeats. Yeah, so there we go. So the DSP, whether you're looking to create something super fancy with the drinks or just using the really beautiful patterns on the other side, this this paper just blows my mind. I love it so much. All right, and then I just have to go grab, I told you, actually, I'll leave that pretty stuff to look at. There's embossing folders as well. It's a 2-pack of embossing folders. It's called Glass and Garden. And so one of them is a gorgeous garden pattern. It's pretty hard to see. Let's see if I can put a piece of white behind it. Maybe it'll stand out a bit more. Oh, or even less. So it's a gorgeous floral, and it repeats a lot of those patterns. Oh, there we go. Repeats a lot of those patterns that are on the DSP. So gorgeous floral. And then our cut glass. And so you can emboss things to get that cut glass look. I absolutely love it. So that is the full suite. Now, if you're in Canada, the way it works is you can grab that full suite and join our class. And then there's a few other options if you already have the stamp sets and stuff, different ways. So you can see all the details in my jot form. All right, so let's start creating with this beautiful product now that we've taken a look at it. I actually am trying to use up some scraps on my desk. Oh, and I don't like that glare. Let me get my mat. There we go. We'll get rid of that glare. There, much better. All right, I'm trying to use up some scraps on my desk because I've been designing a lot, designing for my stamp camp, designing for other things. And so I have some pieces just on my desk. And so one of the pieces I have is a piece of basic white that has these florals already embossed on them. So I wanted to use that. So I think we're going to pop that down onto an old olive background. And then I have this leftover piece. I actually have a whole stack of them from a card class I was doing where we were making arches in this gorgeous soft seafoam, and I was left with this piece. So I thought this is going to be perfect on our card front. And now we kind of have a base created that we can start designing a card around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my embossed layer down right now and just get that out of the way. And I'm also going to grab an extra piece of basic white and pop it to the inside of my card. And that way my card kind of has that finished look, because I do like, whenever I can, putting that finished piece on the inside just as a nice spot to write. Okay, come on. I can't. I have a whole stack of them beside my desk, and I couldn't get one separated from the stack. There we go. All right. So I'm so excited that today's a little bit of a rainier day. Just kind of drizzly, and finally the outdoors and my garden will not be calling me. So maybe I'll get some extra time in my craft room today. All right, so there we go. So I've just got those 2 layers glued onto our old olive card base. And now we're going to start having some fun putting some things together. So what I'm planning is that this piece here, we're going to actually tie a piece of this gorgeous gold around it and make a bow over here on this side. So the way I like to do that is I just take the piece I'm going to need to tie a bow and let it hang off, and hold that with my thumb, wrap it around, and let some more hang off so that I can tie a bow. And then, oh, come on. Ooh. All right. It's been such an exhausting week. I got a little bit of a sleep in today. Well, actually, a lot for me. I slept until after 8, which is not my usual 5 a.m. wake up. So I've only had 1 cup of coffee so far this morning, and I'm feeling a little bit like out of all my routines. But man, oh man, did I need the sleep. All right. So here we go. So I always tie a knot first. That way I can just be really relaxed about creating my bow. And then I can come in, take my 2 ends, tie my bows, wrap them around, and then we get to play with this and struggle it down to the size we want. All right. Okay, so almost there. So it's just a lot of back and forth, tighten it up, pull the ends, and keep working till you get the bow that you're happy with. I am loving that bow. So now we're going to trim the ends. There we go. And there we go. All right, so with those ends trimmed, that is ready to go on here, but I'm not going to attach it or put dimensionals on the back of it just yet, in case I decide I want to stamp on there. I'm still undecided, so we'll see what ends up happening. All right, so now to decorate this, what I'm thinking is that we are going to actually cut out some drinks. So I could create drinks, but when you've got DSP as gorgeous as this, seriously, why? Let's use this until we can't, and then we'll worry about recreating with the stamp set. So what I was thinking is I grabbed my color wheel, actually. So we've got some soft sea foam and some old olive going on in here. So I was thinking we could either stick with an analogous card and put some kind of lemon lolly, yellowish lemonades and stuff on here and keep this a really nice soft look. Or I was thinking we could go complementary. So we've got the soft sea foam and old olive, and we can come on down and grab kind of like those pinky purple drinks. Oh, sorry, I'm realizing that I'm just a little low for you guys. So we could kind of grab those pinky purple drinks and pop them on there. Because I think if we go triadic, it's going to put in blues, and I don't really want blues in this. Yeah, so it's going to go with the oranges. Oh, I guess the purple is there, so we could do like an orange and a purple on the background. So that's kind of, I was thinking either complementary or triadic. So we're going to take a look at our DSP and see what we can find in terms of those drinks and find something that's going to look really nice. So when I'm cutting these out, I don't fussy cut them right here, right now on this page. I usually kind of come in and snip around them. And you guys, you can save these little flowers. So if we do kind of the triadic, they had suggested oranges and purples. So I think I want one tall, one short. So I'm going to use, I could have just grabbed both of them from right here. Huh. Oh, well. So we've got one tall, one short. And I'm also going to come in here and grab the yellows and pinks. And then we'll really be able to play with it and see what we like. And then we'll fussy cut what we think works best. Okay, so then we've got some yellows, and I think that one with the lavender sprig is the right kind of purple to go with our yellow. So let's just, sorry guys, I'm just going to do this off. It's a kind of an awkward position for this one. And we'll make some decisions. So you guys get ready to share with me what you think your favorite color combos are for this one. So we've got all sorts of choices there. So if we stick to our complementary with our greens, then the suggestion would be to have the 2 purple drinks on there. So that looks, I really like that color combo. That really appeals to me. Those are kind of my favorites. All right, but let's see what else. So then they also suggested that we could do like an orange and a purple, which is fun, but I think maybe not quite right. Maybe if this was in like our lemon lime twist or something kind of brighter, more fun. And then finally, keep it all kind of soft. We've got the purple and the yellow. I feel like that maybe washes it out. So I'd love to know what you guys think. I am pretty sure we're using this one with the lavender. So I'll start fussy cutting that one. And then that I think is my personal preference. And then we'll find some stuff to embellish this drink with. So I'm going to start cutting the lavender. If you guys want to share with me what your thoughts are, I would love to hear them. Do we want to go purples, oranges, yellows? What do we want? Now, there actually is a die to cut out the glass, but it doesn't cut out the glass and the lavender. So I am going to fussy cut this one. And it's actually not that challenging to fussy cut. All right, just a little zippity round. Okay. It just takes a little bit of time. We don't have to go in super close. I do like leaving kind of the white border around it. All right, the first choice, the purples. Yeah, I'm with you, Rita. I don't know. I always feel like I'm biased towards that color combo though, because purples are my favorite to wear, my favorite for literally anything. Always purples. I think I got that from my Nana. All right, so there's one of our drinks cut out. And then I'm just going to give this one a little zip around. Now this one, actually, I guess I could go use the die for because we have a die, but. And now we're missing the very top of this cup because I actually took this one off of the edge of the DSP. So we're missing the line that goes across the top. There's a few things we can do about that. We could just put stuff up there, like garnish this drink so that we can't see that. But the other option we have is, where did I put them? Oh, I know. They're over in a set because I was using them. Maybe I'll get it. Is we can grab the in-color markers. I suppose we could use blends too. We can grab the in-color markers and ever so slightly here with our cloud cover pen, I can just go in and put in the top of the glass there. It's actually really hard for you guys to see. There we go. So I just hand drew it in with the fine tip end of our cloud cover pen. And so now it kind of looks finished and we're all good to go. So that's just with the 2025 to 2027 in color markers. So I find them very handy, although with the invention of blends, I almost never use them for coloring. I find that they are absolutely fantastic for adding in little bits like that. All right, so we can pop those drinks on there, and then we're going to go grab some garnish for this. So we had, oops, oh no. I just spilt lemonade on the floor. Luckily, it's not real. All right, so we had the garnish page, but we also have, let's see. You know what? I think we will use the garnish page. So we have this whole page of garnishes, all sorts of things to add. And I'm feeling like we either need a lime or a mint leaf for this. I think we're going to go with a lime. And so we're just going to come on in here. And actually, you know what? We're going to take advantage of this one that's right here on the edge and almost being cut off, because what we're going to do with it, we'll be able to hide that. So again, I just come in and kind of like quick cut it out of the page, and then I can fussy cut it. And so I'm going to come in and cut around the edge. And then in like that. Now we did lose just the tiniest little corner there because of how it was printed on our DSP, but that's okay because I'm actually going to come in and cut a little slit in my lime. And I'm going to then attach it to my glass like that so that it is on my glass just partially. Now, I want to be able to see it through my glass though, right? Because you would if a lime was kind of plopped over the edge like that. So I am going to get a blender pen and my old olive ink. There it is. And I am just going to put some lime color on my glass. So actually, I should probably secure that first so that it stays in the right spot. So I'm going to put these on with dimensionals. So I'm just going to flip this over and put a dimensional right where all of that meets up. And then I'm going to come in here with my blender pen. And you can dip straight into the ink if you wanted, but I kind of like to get it a little bit softer. I'm going to come in here to the ink that's on my lid. I'm going to blend some of it off onto my lid because I don't want to come in too strong. And I'm going to add in that soft little green look right there so it looks like it's coming in. And this way I can even kind of pop it down below my glass line and it'll have that changed color effect on like behind the purple. Okay, and then I'm going to come in. We're going to leave that white gap. Okay, and so all my motions now are going to be kind of in that wedgy way. I'm adding in just some dark bits to be consistent with the lines for a wedge of line. Okay, there we go. And darken up that outside a bit. Beautiful. And so it just looks a little bit more pale, like it's actually on the inside of our glass. So I can just bring that up and show you. So it's got that look like it's on the inside now. Now, my blender brush, I just rub it off on a piece of scrap paper until it rubs clear. And then we put it away for another day. All right. So that is how you can kind of add these onto drinks. You could have also added it on differently so that you couldn't see it through the glass. That works too, but I just kind of like the looks. So we've got that. I love that we've got our little ice cubes in there. And now we're going to add our sentiment onto this card. I feel like I want to move those over so we can see the rounded edge of this. Maybe move these over a tiny bit more, just like that. All right, and then I think we're going to put our sentiment in up here. So let's grab that. We're going to do cheers. And then it's your day. Okay. And then I feel like we could also add in maybe just another little garnish. I'm just not sure what. Maybe some blackberries? Or maybe we'll put in some leaves behind. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some leaves. All right, so we'll actually grab our leaves out of here. And there they are. Okay, so we'll grab our leaves and pop those in. All right, so I need blocks for these little guys. Oh, I'm almost out of blocks. Yikes. So pick those up. I like to pick them up in the corners if I'm using a block that's kind of too big for the image. That way, as little as possible ends up kind of out where we don't want it. All right, so I'm going to add in some mint leaves behind our pieces here. And I'm actually going to add them in. So this is why we did not put it embellish or put dimensionals or anything on the back yet. I'm going to add one in over here. So come in like this. Now, if you actually know what you're doing, you could do this stamping before you before you wrap ribbons and everything. So one right there, and I think we'll do one peeking out this edge. So they're just peeking out. They're not really doing too much. And then we'll do one up here. There we go. All right. So we've got our 3 little leaves stamped on there. And then our drinks can go back on over top. And it's just kind of an extra little fun piece behind them. And then we're going to do our sentiments. So I'm going to pop, no, not pop, I'm going to place this on here. Okay, place that there. And now we'll stamp our sentiment, our cheers. And I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss, which I don't have on my table. Where did it go? That's interesting. Okay, I must just not be seeing it. Oh, right, there it is. Okay, here it is. I keep forgetting that it's in our neutrals now. All right, so Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to stamp my cheers first. There we go. And then underneath the cheers, I'm going to stamp It's Your Day. Let's just see. I got to grab a smaller block for this. It's your day. There we go. Cheers, it's your day. So pretty. I absolutely love this set. All right, now that we've got that done, let's put it all together. Most of this now is going to go together with dimensionals. So I'm going to start by putting dimensionals on the back of this. You could totally glue this layer down, though, if you wanted this ribbon's thin enough that it would work out entirely. Oops. All right, and like that. Let's peel these backings off. There we go. And pop that on right up against the edge. There. Oh, embellishments. Okay, and then we're going to pop these guys on with dimensional. So this guy already has one to hold his line in place. I'm not going to worry about this. If you wanted to, you could put a mini up there, but I think it's going to be just fine. And then this guy will get a couple right there. All right, so I'm going to put down my lavender drink first. And I want it kind of over, but not falling over. There we go. And see, if I'd put a dimensional behind the lavender, it would have interfered with my ribbon and everything. So it's all good that we didn't. Okay. And then this guy, I'm going to put it in front, let all of our mint leaves pop out from around it. And just like that. So there we go. We've got our drinks added onto there. And now we're going to finish off with some of those gorgeous holographic resin dots. And so we actually have 3 different sizes in here. And I think we're going to kind of come in down around here. Oops. And maybe like right there. And then do a tiny one. And then do a medium-sized one, maybe kind of right in there. All right, so we've just kind of scattered them around on our card. I like to create little triangles when I put them on. And that is our finished card with the Celebratory Sips suite. So we've used the embossing folder, the holographic gems, the gold striped ribbon, the gorgeous designer series paper, our little stamp set in there with some gorgeous colors. And so nice and quick and easy. Now, if you wanted to add something kind of fun in here, we could use our stamp sets a little bit and add in like maybe a little blackberry and a mint leaf on the inside, stamp whatever you'd like in there. I think what I'm actually going to do is allow me to bring the green and the purple together into the inside of my card, and I'm going to do a little lavender sprig in there. So let's grab a block. I'm just going to use this one. Now I think I am actually going to, oh, do I do this? Yeah, I'm going to stamp this in basic gray and then color it. So I'm going to grab my blender pen again and use my Blackberry Bliss and Old Olive to color it. So I'm going to stamp this lavender in here in basic gray, so it's not too strong of a color. If I'd use black or something, it might be a little too much. And actually, I'm going to do a second sprig. So since this is already glued in, I'm going to do that to just block off the bottom there. I'm going to do a second sprig just like that. All right. So with that stamped in basic gray, I'm going to grab my blender pen now and add in the green and then add in the Blackberry Bliss. So pick that up, lighten that off, and then I can just use this blender pen to color the leaves and color the stem. Because remember, our original images are very watercolory soft, so that color doesn't have to stay exactly on one spot. It can kind of bleed off to both sides of the leaves and be all over, and it'll be perfect. Okay, there we go. So there's my stems and leaves done. Now the Blackberry Bliss is a very strong color. We're going to want to kind of wipe it off a lot before we go ahead and put it onto our page. So I'm going to pick up a little bit, but then really wipe it off on the edges so I can come in here with a much softer color. Okay. So you definitely wouldn't want to just plop it into the Blackberry Bliss and go for it, because you would find it really dark. All right. So these blender pens are great for this kind of coloring. Small spaces, kind of watercolory look. It's perfect. All right, and there we go. We have our gorgeous little lavender on the inside of our card, and we could replicate that as well on our envelope if we wanted. All right, so just a nice little touch on the inside. And voila. So that's just one thing that you guys can do with this Celebratory Sips stamp set. If you missed the beginning, I was saying that I do have an upcoming stamp camp. You will want to register early if you're in Canada and wanting to get the make and take kits, because we're going to try to get those out before any potential mail strike on May 22nd. So even though the stamp camp itself isn't till June 27th, I will be prepping up my stuff quite early and trying to get it out to everybody before that happens. And if you live local to me in Port Coquitlam, of course, you can register quite late and I'll be able to just have you come and pick it up from my place. But for anybody else across Canada, we want to get that mailed as soon as possible. So the link to register for my stamp camp is in this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you've ordered this set, have some fun trying to recreate this card, and look at all the gorgeous samples online as well. So much happening with this stamp set. Such a fun one. Great one for summer coming. So everybody have a great day. I will see you live again next Wednesday. And yeah, have just a wonderful day, and I hope you do what you need to recharge. For me, that's going to be some time in my craft room. See you later, everyone. Bye.